Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D version 5 video. Today we're flying the PMDG B777-200ER with the Rolls-Royce Trent engines. And we're flying with the virtual airline called Walker Air Transport. Or it's Walker Air, but Transport is one of their subdivisions. And we have their, I think it's the red digital design livery. I don't think I've ever used this one before, so I thought I would take it out for a spin. Looks pretty cool, quite kind of like basic red, so quite a sleek livery, and then some, I guess, kind of digital. Not sure what these are supposed to. I guess some sort of digital thingy. Some, some light white and red mix. Trying to think what does it look like actually. Is it, yeah, no clue. No clue. But I guess it gets this kind of computer vibe. So I guess that's the logic, right? It looks kind of cool with the guy walking and then you have that. So yeah, pretty nice livery. Let's get started already actually. Let's see if we can get this jetway connected. I think it will go to this door actually. But let's see, maybe it will go... Oh yeah, it's going right. And here we can actually see, I think this is the A340-600 version by Lufthansa. It looks huge in comparison. At least lengthwise. Maybe in terms of the girth. We had that actually to our advantage, but yeah. We're surrounded by a lot of big aircrafts on other Lufthansa's 400 probably, and not sure if that's an 800 or 747-8. What else? United 777, and then a A340-300 I assume. It looks like it. Any 500? Oh sorry, A350s. Probably somewhere here around. So there's like quite a lot of traffic. This is the airport that I get the worst FPS on. I don't even have photoreal. And we have the Orbex regions. But the German ones are quite heavy on the frames. So that's good to be aware of. Let's see. We're just gonna get started. As you can see, we don't get any rain effects. Unfortunately, with this one they never came up with the promised virtual cockpit update. Good times. Well, not really, but yeah. Unfortunately. The batteries are on. We do wanna put on our... I'm actually gonna check if I have... because I do have my 777 FMC. I'm just gonna make sure we have that connected. And then let me see if I click the menu, right? That should get us. Okay, I need to use this one for now. Just so we get the ground power connected. In terms of mods, I have the immersion package, and then I also have the... what's it called? Let me close Aska, we don't need that. We're now using the normal actually, or normal, the active sky. Sorry, I've been trying to fix my microphone. Let me see, I don't need that. Why can't I close Edge? Because it sucks. That's why. Let me see, and then what I need to check, or what I wanna check, is actually... and I hate having this the NVIDIA extended screen. I do actually want to check if we have the... but I'm going to start the secondary and primary external power. There's always a bit of lag when I do that. There we go. I just want to check. I think we can see it by trying the logo lights. Doesn't seem like we're getting a lot of configuration manager, I've noticed that sometimes it just doesn't start. And then it is, there we go. So here we can now see if it's working or not, but it does look like it should work. The best way to try it is by just doing some preview. Here we can see some smoke, so it's working. That's all we needed to check. Good. The things are starting up in here. You can shut the lights on the inside. If you've also been following the Microsoft Flight Sim 24 release, you know that that's been a total mess. So in these times I do appreciate playing a, in quotation, dead simulator. But that, you know, you can just fire up, you have your own things downloaded. It takes a lot of memory, but at least it does work, right? I'll do that pump already. Anything else? I think that should be fine for now. Let's get this stuff up and about, and well, wait, let me just show you the EFB. We have everything kind of set up. And this flight will be from, so we are at Frankfurt, since they have this persistence system. You have to fly kind of from the same airport unless you take a jump seat. So we're flying from Frankfurt, which we flew into with day 300 or day 330, and we're flying to Copenhagen. Okay, look at that. Things are starting up on the inside. So that's always nice to see. And then let's see, what's the next step? The next step is actually to start the EKCH system, because if you forget to do that, you're in a bit of trouble, I would say. No, not in trouble, but you're not going to be able to get that aircraft tracked, right? And then it won't count against your virtual airline. Let's see though. Outside looks pretty good. It's a nice airport, this Frankfurt. I think it's Aerosoft, if I'm not mistaken. It's pretty good. Not the best. I don't know why, but a lot of these Airsoft sceneries have just like there's no like interior. Some of them do, like the Trondheim one, but this one it's just kind of flat, right? Flat screens. Which they work, but you know, it would be nice with some depth to them. Oh, and look, we do have 2 jetways here, so we could connect another one if we really wanted to. Okay, let's see though. I'm gonna just open the PDF. And while we wait, we can actually start setting up the payload and all of that stuff. So, our zero fuel weight, 382.8. They're a bit heavy. Let's go to fuel, where we should have a block fuel of 33,000. Good, now we're within the limitations. Not sure about this fuel density. I'm not gonna touch that for now. Doors. I think they're the main one open, but we do not have the cargo doors open, so we'll open that while we wait. A bit of an old AWAC, but it should get us through this flight. What's this bit from Novak? Oh, Polish Football Manager. I was trying to type. I don't know why they have a search feature when I'm searching on my computer. Like, wouldn't I go to Chrome? I don't know. Could be worse. Not gonna complain too much. Let me just check. We put can actually start the boarding while we are doing this stuff, and I am just gonna open pack X as well. So let me see, EDDF to, and we have 925. We are going up to cruise altitude of, how high are we going? We are going to 39,000. Quite high. Flight time 110 055 777-200. We'll do a bit fewer. We'll have the in-flight entertainment. We have the boarding for Walker and the safety for Walker Air. So we can start that. Get the GSX boarding started. And let me think if there's anything else we need to do. Don't think so. Looks like the loaders are lining up. Let's see, attach pushback tug now. No. Let me see. Interesting how these are so much brighter than ours, but maybe that's just the way it is. The nav lights can go on. I'll start the beacon as well. I'll do the pumps of all of them just to have that done. We can have the service interphone on. I'll put the TCAS on just so I don't forget. We need to put that on for the radio. And then we can do the pilot to ADC flight plan first, actually. So it looks pretty good. Oh wait, let's do them simultaneously. I'm gonna move that to the side. We'll go to route. EDDF. Flying to Copenhagen. Taking off from runway 25 center. How did I write? 25 center. VAT 972. And then we'll go to actually I'm gonna change the config to Walker. We're flying a heavy, so we're gonna have heavy. I'll activate this one for now, and then I'm gonna go and start putting in the SIDS and the stars. We're doing Maru 3 W, I guess it's called. And then we need to put in the first waypoint, which is an airway J150 to Tolgi. From Tolgi direct to El Kim. From El Kim direct to Makel. And from Makel N851 direct, or not direct, but through the airway to Geska. And then from Geska, Zulu 711 to Monak. And that's gonna be our arrival. To runway 22 right. That's an interesting one, 22 right. Trying to think, is that the one you fly actually over the buildings? Do they usually use 22 right? Well, okay, we're gonna select that anyway, because why not? Monarch. Let's now check here. We'll start by doing the SID. SID here was the Maru 3W. The star was the Monarch. And then the approach, and here I want to check if it's worth doing the transition. So with that ILS, is it gonna be worth transition from Adobe? And I don't think so actually. So it's better to just do the vector to get the straight in approach basically from the vectors. Good, I'll connect to the sim, I'll file the flight plan. Then we're basically ready. I'll switch the radio as well. Okay, we want to use CAS. We can execute. Just go quickly and have a look at the nav adiro inertial. Oh, the GPS position, right? We need to put that in. Okay, that was my mistake. I should have done that earlier. Okay, looks like we have the flight plan. We should only have one discontinuity and it's at the end here. Yeah, the vector. Performance in it. Let me have a look. Performance in it. 382.8. Cruising altitude 39,000. '86 cost index. 86 as cost index, and then reserves as 5.3. Thrust limitations. I think we can wait a bit with that. Let's have a look at our checklist. Oxygen, instruments, parking brake before start. Some steps we need to do there. We can do the flight directors here. Walker 4003 Heavy, ready to copy IFR clearance. 25C, so it's quite close. We'll go here and then down. Sorry, when I go performance. So it should be a bit of a wet runaway, but let's see. We can close the cargo ones.
Kilo Charlie Hotel. Climb via the Maru 3 Whiskey departure, with the Maran transition, then as filed. Climb to flight level 160 via the departure.
160.
Higher clearances 10 minutes after departure. Radar director on 127.27.
And what's the TCAS?
Squawk 4222.
42222. Was that it? 4222.
Altimeter is 2965.
Quite straightforward.
121.8 Walker 4003 Heavy.
Let me think what we need to do next. It's not that much. It's basically doing this one. Runway. Wet. We can do a derated one. The winds are, say what? They are 252 at 13. So quite high winds. Very low temperature. 993. Flaps 5, aircon auto. Takeoff weight is as little or as much as 414 300 with ACG of let me have a look here, 26.8. Okay, let's see, 1932.39. The best way to do this is by going to FMC, doing those, the rated 58 as our thrust limitation, takeoff, flaps 5, 20, let me see, 27, right? Takeoff weight, wait, our gross weight of 38, oh, did I put that wrong actually? Let me have a look. Yeah, our gross weight should be much higher actually, it's 382.8, there we go. And let me have a look now when I go to, yeah, gross weight looks more correct now. 4143. That's the takeoff. Let's have a look at the wind. 252, and I just do this calculation with the FMC as well, just to ensure that we're getting it right, being extra cautious. 1119.32.39. So we're only seeing a difference on the reference V1, but the rest we can confirm. Very nice. Good. We are ready in that regard. Walker 4003 heavy, ready for pushback. We can start the APU.
4003 heavy.
We don't need icing apparently. And let me have a look at our, if we can expedite the boarding just a tiny bit. Okay, I'll ask for the check. 2 minutes.
We're still boarding. Let us know if you need anything.
Yeah, you don't have to be so harsh on us, but okay, okay. They're still boarding. Trim 6. So, well, quite a high trim usually. I don't think 6 is the normal one I've been given. I actually need to disconnect that. Let's do the passenger signs actually. Go normal. Not engine but status. That's gonna give us, so the APU is up and about. Don't think there's anything to set. We don't need the standby power or the outside. And what we can do is we can release the ground power and remove the chocks. So there we go, now it's connecting. And the external power should be leaving us. Oh, look at that, it looks like they're boarding, right? They're connected to the... Maybe all of them are boarding, maybe one of them will depart together with us. Very nice, this new Lufthansa livery, very clean. Not sure which one I preferred, this older one or the new one.
We're ready to go when you are.
But oh well. Okay, boarding complete. And the door.
Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour.
Oh, what happened to the light that we had?
All devices are in airplane mode and your larger devices are now shut down and stowed. If you have not already, please fasten your seatbelt and verify it is well and tight across your lap. Your tray tables and seat back must be in the full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, prepare doors for departure, cross-check, verify strap.
I do wonder what happened. Is it just that it got a bit darker? I don't know. I still think that active sky clouds do look the best thus far of the ones I've tried. So I'll give them some, or the volumetric one. Let me see, we want to do nose right, tail left. I just want to make sure now with the doors that they're all armed. I guess we didn't disconnect the jetway. So that's a bit of a bummer, but oh well. Could be worse. I'll go back to engine page. I'll release the parking brakes. We never checked what the... Oh, it was 993, right? The barrow. Okay, they wanted us to wait, but we'll just ask. Walker 4003 heavy, ready for engine start.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen to an important...
Start with the right engine.
Walker 4003 heavy.
As you can see, the numbers on the Rolls-Royce looks a bit different, right? Okay, it looks good. Fuel control, normal, right? Or run, yeah. So now we're being pushed back. On the outside we can't hear the boarding music because I removed that ability. Only works in P3D though. I haven't seen it work in X-Plane.
In case of a depressurization, oxygen masks will fall from above your seat. Please wear yours first before helping children and others. In case of an emergency, there are
Okay,
doors
and
in
the
front
engines are
and over the
starting.
back of this aircraft. Locate the one nearest you, and it may be behind you. At this moment,
We don't
please
need the
make sure your
central
phone is switched to
pumps.
airplane mode. Your
Should
seatbelt
this
is
one be
fastened,
on or
and
off?
your seat is on its upright
Maybe
position.
off, I don't know.
For further information, please read the safety information card located in the seat pocket.
Let's see. Can't push us too far back now.
Relax and enjoy your flight.
Okay, and right engine stabilized, starting left engine. Looks pretty good. We'll confirm good engine start so we get rid of them. Can we see them? Can't see them from up here. At least not yet. A lot of A320s and 21s. I guess that's their majority of narrow bodies. Okay, looks like we are getting there. I was trying to look at Reddit to see, because I was really looking forward to seeing a lot of good videos on the new default aircrafts, right? Because then, you know, maybe buying that game, since it doesn't take too much hard drive space, could be a fun experience, right? Getting some new aircraft, having a very nice looking game. Unfortunately, it's not too good of a mix with the games I have, since I would have to buy new airports. Which is why I like X-Plane, because you can use that as a combo. You don't have to splurge as much money on that to make it workable. Okay, we can do the taxi lights and runway turn off lights. Look at those effects. So that's the immersion package working. And look at the rain. So we have rain effects on the outside. Even here. But no rain effects on the inside of the cockpit. They should have added that. That would have made the immersion package super cool. But okay. Checklist. Anti-ice, recall. Yeah, we did that, I think. Flight controls. We haven't checked the flight controls. We need to put the flaps to 5. That's our takeoff flaps. And while we wait for that, we can actually check quickly just the flight controls, just from a sim perspective, right? See that they are, and they do look to be all functioning, so that's good, yeah. We can go back to checklist. And actually, talking about that, we should do TFC and the weather radar. Let's have a look around us. We didn't crash into anyone, so that's always a good sign. We do have an inside cabin, but it's very ugly. But yeah, look at the effects, right? It is a pretty aircraft, I'll give them that. The 777. Oh wait, let's have a look. Oh, there was someone taking off, right? A320 or 21. 20 I would assume. Looked quite tiny. But okay, yeah, that checklist is done as well, normal. We have released the gear. I guess we don't have enough thrust to get rolling on idle. So I'm gonna give it a bit of thrust. Lights are on. Let's get a bit of master lights just to see a bit better. Let's brake a bit and have a look at where is that Lufthansa plane going. Okay, there we go. We were lucky. Very lucky. Or maybe we were supposed to go to the right. Well, I'll go this way. I think our max span is within limitations, so we should be fine. Traffic, the recall, that was part of it as well. We don't need the APU anymore, so that can be shut. We'll turn to the right. I think one of the expansion packages included a improved taxiing, so that's a nice thing to have. Was it a 300 package? Okay, let's see. Looks pretty good. Nothing on our left. Oh, sorry, that was our right. Nothing on our right, and nothing on our left. So we can. Oh, sorry. We need to. Walker 4003 ready to taxi. Walker 4003 heavy ready to taxi. Oh wait, let's see. The pilot TDC is crashing on us. I guess asking for taxi was not something they wanted us to do. Let me see. Oh.
Taxi to runway 25 center, Walker 4003 heavy.
Okay, they seem to have been quite fine with us just taxiing on our own pace and our own route. Lufthansa, me, you, us. I love these sort of things when you add them to gangway, runway, Norway. Yeah, I think these kind of, you know, having the commercials from certain time, a point in time, that really like gives a scenery some flavor, and you can be like, oh, I saw that, I remember that, even if it's been removed at a later stage. Okay, let's see, and I'm gonna have a look at our pack X. Still looks good. And then I'm gonna have a look at the airport map. Okay, this one doesn't tell too much, but we'll need to turn pretty soon. Oh, we're going way too fast, 34. We got a bit too eager. We'll turn on the next one, or maybe we can turn here already. There we have a nice Ethiopian 787, I presume. Oh, and a lot of, look at that. Takeoffs from 2 runways, A320 and I guess A300 maybe, or 767, A300 I would assume. That's really cool actually seeing, this is the first time actually I've ever seen the AI do that, because I never have that much AI. And now I have 32%, so I guess that gives a lot of AI. And a bit of lag as well, so I can, yeah. Sometimes it might not be worth having that much. Frankfurt is the worst airport though. And actually, even though we don't have the effects, we do have working wipers, so we can use those, even though the sound is a bit annoying. But at least it's immersive. So as you can see though, the sky looks pretty good. You have this weird though with the true sky, this kind of a round thing, you know, it's like this little, I guess it's some sort of error in the light system, like around certain objects. Usually my own airplane. Only happens with volumetric clouds, and I guess enhanced atmospherics might as well. Walker 4003 heavy, ready for takeoff. Ready for go off, it said. Okay. It looks pretty good.
Cleared for takeoff. 25 center squawking 4222 Walker 4003 heavy.
Oh, we were going a bit far. Okay, we got takeoff clearance, but before we do actually take off, let's just have a look at our checklists. Before takeoff, landing gear. Oh yeah, that should be up. No, sorry, down. What am I? God, that's after takeoff, sorry. I was like, before takeoff, landing gear should be up? Yeah, no, not really. What we do want to check is, was there anyone landing? Doesn't look like it, so we should be fine. This is when I like True Sky. When you get this active sky, very dark, kind of overcast. You can see a bit on the horizon. This looks pretty decent, I must say. Let's see how the overcast is, and that's been my biggest gripe with the active sky version of, or their changes to the config file. Let's see, we don't need a taxi anymore. I think the rest is set up correctly. We have clearance, we have everything ready. We need to just do the LNAV. But that should be enough, that's armed. So let's get to it. Geronimo. Airspeed alive and toga set. I am just gonna change our viewpoint just a tiny bit. 80 knots. Getting closer and closer to V1. V1. Rotate. There we go. We are rotating. There we go. We have liftoff. Taking the gear up. I'll pitch down a bit. I'm gonna already change to VNav. So bye bye Frankfurt and Germany, and on our way to Denmark. Okay, let's see. Looks pretty good. Runway turn of lights off.
Walker 4003 heavy.
I guess we can go off with the Vipers as well.
Radar director Walker 4003 heavy climbing to flight level 160.
Flaps should also go to 0. So a bit of some forgetfulness on my part in that regard. Okay, we're climbing a bit too fast. Let's push it down, put it to standard. There we go, standard. I just put it down one. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we're climbing quite a bit.
Center on 127.6, take care Walker 4003 heavy.
Okay, I'm just gonna stabilize it a bit. And then I'm actually gonna ask the autopilot to take over.
4003 heavy climbing to flight level 160.
So we have LNAV and VNAV. And I'm gonna ask this one to go all the way up to our main altitude. So let's see, once we break out of this cloud layer, how it looks. Can we see anything of the ground? Doesn't look like it. It looks like it's softening a bit on the up top, so let's see. Looks like some of the sun is starting to break through. Just teeny amount, but some at least. Okay, we're soon at 10,000 feet. So let's be ready to disconnect or to turn off the landing lights. Anything else we need to do? Don't think so. It's going pretty well. We only have the descent checklist left, which we can do in about 200 nautical miles when we reach our top of descent. So you can see we're still reaching higher and higher. I'm already gonna do the landing lights. We're getting up above the clouds, so we can release the people. Talking about that, let's see. Now we get this seatbelt. So it looks pretty good, and this is what I remember with Active Sky. It looks very good up until a certain point, and then it looks very bad. So let's see. I can show you the outside as well, just so you get a... As you can see, not too bad. This is a medium quality soft clouds enabled through Active Sky. So it's not too bad. Let's see now. We're still climbing. I'm just gonna wanna make sure that we get to our next... So we get our next clearance to continue climbing. Lisco, that's still below, but then Tabum. Sorry about that. What's the difference? Inboard display should be MFD, right? because then you can change with the EKCH. I think the reason for the changes, or like why you're able to do that, is because if one screen stops working, right, there might be one that's more important. I guess being able to see this, right, with all the valuable information in terms of speed, altitude, attitude indicator is more important than, for example, seeing this. So, and then, you know, you might, this one might stop working, and then you might want to move it here. You still have one there, so that's sort of the, I guess, the logic. And look at that. Now we're getting towards the pretty nice looking level. I think it's up till around 19,000 feet, 20,000. And then it starts looking worse. Because here you can see it looks not bad at all, actually. Like just one step from being truly spectacular looking. Okay, let's see. We got climb level to 230, so that's good. And I think the frequency seems to be working correctly. That's also good. So let me give you a nice viewpoint. We're on VNav. Something like this should work. Or maybe something further back. Do you have, where would you put a camera, right? Something like this might let me just change that to the normal one. I don't know why, but I'm always afraid of a crash when I have that EFB on the airport map. Something like this should do. And then I'll be back in a bit. It's basically now just gonna take us to the top and then fly. And I've seen northern Germany enough. Actually, one thing we never did was do the clock thing, but now we have that going as well. So yeah, let's see. Lights are off, gears are up, flaps 0. Yeah, should be good. You're the captain now. Or whoever is watching is the captain, I guess. At least up until the El Capitan is back. C'est moi. But yeah, see you in a jiffy.
Climb to flight level 310 Walker 4003 Heavy. flight level 390 Walker 4003 Heavy. Center on 125.1 Walker 4003 Heavy. Center Walker 4003 Heavy climbing to flight level 390.
Our lovely flight attendants will be starting our in-flight service. We'll be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Premium drinks are available for a small charge. Please note we only accept credit cards.
Expect the Mona 3 Charlie arrival with the Monarch transition with vectors for the ILS approach to runway 22 right Walker 4003 Heavy. Center on 119.82 Walker 4003 Heavy. Center Walker 4003 Heavy at flight level 390. Cross Monarch at or above flight level 145 then descent via the Mona 3 Charlie arrival with the Monarch transition to flight level 050. Altimeter is 2932 Walker 4003 Heavy.
Okay, let's see.
Center on 125.8 Walker 4003 heavy.
The captain has returned. Just in time for a top of descent in game. What
Center
did we get?
Walker 4003 heavy at flight level 390.
Flight level 050. So let's get down. 050. Looks like we still have an overcast, so I'm wondering if it's covering all of like Western and Central Europe. And let's have a look at the VNav quickly. Can we get a forecast request? We could, I guess, do the landing as well if we wanted. Load. Okay, let's see. It looks pretty good. The weather, fuel also looks pretty good. Must have burned quite a bit when we climbed. And actually, even though it is a bit pancakey, this does look much better than some of the ones we got with the other volumetric config file. Now, not crazy much better, but yeah, just a bit better, I would say. Okay, let's see. I love this LCD screen adjustment that I got. That makes it look a bit dirty. It just looks so much real. So we're descending now. That's good. I've already descended quite a bit. We're actually, I think, just crossing over the water now into Germany. And talking about that, let's try to get a nice banner picture. You can usually get some pretty nice ones, I think, from the something like this might work. And now I'm actually wondering if we are getting the right weather. So I'm gonna double check that. By going to active sky. Oh yeah, we have custom weather. It's some areas. So if we're in live weather now, let's see. I mean, oh yeah, look at that. Immediately there's some changes. Well, not too big. It still seems like we have an overcast. Or do we? Maybe we don't. Or maybe it just changed because of the area, you know, could have been different. We can have a look actually with clouds, how it looks here. Well, it would have been mainly overcast anyway, at least where we were flying, but I guess it's changing now since we got a bit closer.
Center on 119.82 Walker 4003 heavy.
Since we are very short at landing, I need to start planning for the descent.
Center Walker 4003 heavy descending to 5,000 feet.
I think the best one is to go to ChartFox, right? ChartFox usually has pretty up-to-date charts and they're free. We're doing 22 right. Should be an ILS for that. 217, 110 and 900. Let's have a look at our radio. Looks correct. Apart from that,
Center on 119.42 Walker 4003 heavy.
we have a minimum of 200 in terms of
Center Walker 4003 heavy descending to 5,000 feet.
let's see if we can get down to 200. There we go. Transition is 5,000. Elevation is around 17 feet. It's nothing too crazy. We could do that, but usually I find this gives enough. These refs 129, but I guess we can check. The best way to double check is just opening this. There's some light rain, so we can put that in here. Search all. Runway 22 right. It will be wet. 280 at 8. QNH at 993. Flaps 30. Auto. Calculate. 143. Okay. So now we have that info. Do we see anything on the weather radars? Doesn't look like it. Looks like the weather is it changing or oh, it looks like it was changing, that's why. Very smooth transition though for that one. It's more when you get these crazy transitions, but it's a bit annoying. Still looks pretty good, I would say. Let's check our VNav. Looks good. Nothing else. Let's check here. Monac 16,000, maybe a bit high actually. Well, let's see. Descent, recall, nodes, auto brake 2, I guess. Landing data. Yeah, let's do 129. Approach briefing. Should be a fine approach, I guess. Maybe one thing we can check is the visibility. Should be good. Quite low clouds, so we might few though. So let's see if we need to use the autopilot for a while there. Anything else? The sun seems to be up, so that's nice. We're slowly descending down here, going towards Sweden. Let's see if we can see it with the terrain map mode a bit. Or maybe we're a bit too high for that, but I guess Sweden. This is Copenhagen, you will have Sweden here. Yeah. So there we can see it's kind of showing up already. Speed brake, let's arm that. We might have to use it at a later point though, so let's pay attention. Moanag, that was 16,000, so we are a bit high, maybe not as bad as I originally thought. Progression, right, that should show. This VTK error must be our deviations. We're about 3,000 feet too high. And what's the decreases? So it's 16, 15, 10. So We might be able to make up for it before next, so but let's see. Let's see. Looks very nice. I really like the shadows with the 777. They look very nice in the cockpit. And let's check, did they tell us anything more? 5,000 feet was the descent. In terms of altimeters though, that's good to check. 993, so same as in Germany, right? Sorry, this is the... So we can prepare this one once we switched from standard at 5,000. Let's switch to weather radar. Should see some, right? Because we have precipitation. The problem is the volumetric clouds. Does mess things up a bit. But oh well. Seems like it's not an overcast. There's... well, almost an overcast, but with some... not sure if these are cumulus clouds or... what are the other ones called? Nimbostratus or... maybe it's nimbostratus, right? Like rain cloud.
0.2 Walker 4003 heavy.
What's our deviation? 3,000.
Heavy descending to 5,000 feet.
Yeah, we're a bit high. A tad bit high. And you can find pretty good pictures showing like the different clouds. So if you wanna learn yourself, you know what are they called, like cumulus omnibus, cumulus, nimbostratus, stratus, or maybe there's stratus, stratocumulus, altostratus, altocumulus, cirrocumulus, cirrostratus, cirrus. So yeah, I guess there are even more than these, but it's quite fun to try and categorize them on a nice summer day. Usually it's a lot of cumulus, but it's really cool once you start seeing the cumulus omnibus coming in, specifically during the summer with the kind of localized thunder cells. Okay, let's see. Next, so our next should be at 10,000 there, so we are still quite a bit higher than we should be. We'll soon be in the clouds. Look at this lovely bird. This is truly one of the best planes made for P3D. Just absolutely astonishing. It sucks that they didn't do the virtual cockpit. I wish they could have done that as a farewell gift, but oh well. Guess we can't get everything. I'm just gonna do the checklist there so we don't have to bother with that at a later stage. Let me just check if there is the VX looks to be on. VX plus terrain. Maybe we can keep them separate actually. Okay, we are getting closer and closer to the clouds. I wonder if the vectoring will be just a straight kind of in approach, like turn left. My hope is that, but let's see. pa pa. A lot of people asking questions on Flight Sim, the subreddit. Let's see how it works with them. I do hope I do hope they get it figured out, because it looks amazing, right? And it's always fun to watch people enjoy. I mean, nobody wants to wish bad on any other sim. We're all living in one ecosystem, I guess you could say. Okay, let's see. 7,500 is where we should be at for that one. So we're still... I need to go down to 4,000 actually. This we've been able to slow down quite nicely. We're getting closer to 10,000, so I'm just gonna put the landing lights down so we have that set already. And let's see, is the landing light... It doesn't seem to be anything that drops down, it's just these ones. Oh, we're touching the clouds, the tip of the clouds. I assume we'll be descending right through them. We're not descending that fast, right? 12,000 feet per minute. Could be a tad quicker, but we shan't complain. Okay, let's see now. Anything else we need to do? Look at this cool phone. Can't do anything with it, but it's there. Did this work, right? Yeah, oxygen mask.
We have begun our final descent to Copenhagen. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to select any craft one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in a full upright position. Please also store any...
What's our deviation now? If I look at the prog page, probably 4,000. Let me see. 3,400. Okay, it's the error is decreasing, so that's a good... That is a good sign. The question I have is, could we go to slats 1? Maybe that should help us with a bit more drag. So deploying the slats here, as you can see, getting down. That should create a bit of drag and hopefully help with the progression downwards. So now it's 3,200. And around here we should be at 5,500. We're still at only, yeah, as you can see, 9,000. And I'm still wondering if we are gonna get that nice vectoring, but let's see. And now we're in the clouds. Very nice. Now this livery does look pretty good now in the air, I must say. I do like some of the Walker livery more. They have a few different ones, like the all black one and those sort of differences, but this one is pretty good, I must say. Can we go to... No, we can't go to flap 5 yet, because we're still not... What's the deviation now? 2,700. Still need to do the turn. We're way too high, to be frank. And have we gotten anything in terms of approach? We will probably get it soon though. I can already switch this to 3000 because we're gonna be getting it very shortly, I assume. Okay, so let's be prepared. Yeah. 3, 0.
Heading 305 vectors to the ILS approach for runway 22 right Walker 4003 heavy.
We can arm the approach mode. Still descending. I'll still use the VNAV for now. We're soon at 5000, and look at that, seeing the beautiful photoreal Sweden scenery popping out through the clouds. Looks very nice actually. And this is just sufficient for me. It doesn't have to be much better, right? Yeah, descended.
Descend to 3000 feet Walker 4003 heavy.
Are we getting any further?
Fly heading 250 cleared for ILS approach to runway 22 right tower on 118.1 Walker 4003 heavy.
Let's go flaps. Let's do like that. I'll turn a bit more than they're asking. We should be on flaps 5 now. And I'm actually gonna put this to about 1000. Looks like we're pretty okay now on the glide. We can go to our altimeter, runway turn off lights. We can, I guess, do taxi lights as well, won't hurt.
Tower Walker 4003 heavy inbound for ILS approach.
Quite nicely on the glide. Let's see if we can get the localizer as well. We have lost the visuals. Seems like it's raining. So let's put on the bypass.
Continue ILS approach to runway 22 right will call when established on final Walker 4003 heavy.
Anything else? And just double check if there's any other aircrafts around us. Doesn't look like it. So should be fine. Okay, let's see, the localizer is coming up on us shortly. We haven't captured the glide slope yet because we need to capture the localizer first. And look at that, we're starting to see Copenhagen. Localizer is activated now.
Altimeter is
And glide slope.
2932 Walker 4003 heavy.
So this looks really good. This is one of the reasons why I like the volumetric one, specifically with the... Yeah, this is very nice. From down below it actually looks really good. Okay, we are now trying to get back on the localizer. Let's see, we can't probably... What we can do though is totally shut the engine. And I'll take controls. And let's see, I don't know why it didn't want to descend. I guess it was because we're too late on the localizer. And we should probably have dropped the gears, right? Let's see. I'm descending quite a bit too fast, utilizing the speed brake. Let's go to flaps 15. Hey, manual controls. We're not stable on this approach yet. So let's try to recover it. 2000 descent rate at this altitude. Doesn't strike me as a smart thing. Okay, let's see if we can slow down. so not stable on this approach. Look at our angle. Yeah, too high. I won't argue against that. Oh, we got...
To land runway 22 right, Walker 4003 heavy.
Okay, let's try to stabilize this one now before it's too late. So yeah, that's not how you would do it in real life. That was a dive and drive. In real life we probably would do a go around at this stage, seeing that aircraft getting onto the runway. Continue. But since we are a bit suicidal in this sim, we'll just go. There we go. Since our lives are not on the line, it's always easier to be a bit... Let's get that braking. And look at those effects, right? This is an aircraft that really wants to stop. Let's go to manual braking. So we landed safely. The approach was atrocious. Totally mishandled it. Probably should put down the gears, then we could have had enough drag to do this. I was too late with that. Well, look at that. I'm gonna start the APU, shut the landing lights. Walker 4003 heavy, ready to taxi.
Ground on 121.9er for taxi clearance. Walker 4003 heavy.
Walker 4003 heavy, ready to taxi. Sucks that the approach was such a messy affair. Usually I would do go arounds, but I just don't have a lot of time today. But look at the... Well, before we start admiring, maybe get us... But yeah, look at this this weather. It's actually very, very good. I really like the darkness of the clouds. I approve of active sky, very nice. Let's press here to get that error away. We can override the checklist. And let's get back on the center path. We don't need the approach mode. We can shut the flight directors. And then, what else? What else? Not much else. What aircrafts do we have around here? ATR 1350, 1220. Okay, that's cool. 1777, 1 Saab 2000. Okay, okay. Could be worse. Let's see. This one is a bit hard to taxi. I do like the GE one more. I'm not sure if these are as well set up, or maybe just me who's giving them too much trust. But yeah, the only reason why we were able to do that landing was the dive and drive tactic, which you shouldn't do. So do not follow. Yeah, do not follow my my lead in that sense. And let's once we do this, because we landed right, and I think it was quite okay. We were able to crab a bit in the end, but let's see in terms of not simulation. Not performance, but in terms of aircraft failures, non-active, so that's good. So here we can see you can allow GS capture before localizer if you want that. We don't want that. Don't think that's how the system in practice works either. We have ROS installed. But it looks really nice actually, and I'm wondering, I do think I have a bit of a lighter cockpit so it's not as dark on the inside, and then it looks pretty good actually with the true sky. I think it was Reshade who had that available on their website. Let's see though. So we have the APU on, that's always good news. The seatbelt sign should have been on for landing, so that was a bit of a mistake on my end. I think that's the, is that Thai Airways? So that's probably the 777, the 300. That's gonna be a long flight for those guys. Yeah, let's turn here to left. We'll park at one of the heavy gates here at Kastrup Airport. In terms of scenery, I know I said Aeros of Frankfurt and Orbex North Germany, but then we also have of course the freeware photoreal scenery with Autogen for Denmark, as well as the Flight Tampa. Well, I guess that's the only one you would have if you have payware. Don't think there's another one. But yeah, the Flight Tampa Copenhagen Airport, which is really nice. Only has some troubles with the jetways. I think that's the A350 there, hidden from our view. Let me see, I'll go like this. Not sure if you actually use this runway. I've never seen anyone take off from it. I've landed in it myself when I've done some gimmicky things, but yeah, otherwise nope. Do you see any rain effects on this airport? Doesn't look like it. Maybe it doesn't have, but I think it was an updated one, or it could be some of these ones. If we go to live graphics, some of these ones are based on dynamic reflections. But not sure if this one. So yeah, you can see it's quite a bit darker. Ultra should be more. The only problem with Ultra is I think some of the aircrafts look a bit odd. I found that low works a bit better generally. Some aircraft won't really work at all. Okay, let's see, we'll just go to the left and right, park next to, I guess, the sorry, not the 777, the 737, the Norwegian one. Maybe C36 could do. That's 4. Let's turn here. C36, no follow me needed. We can use SAS. They can help us, right? We're friends. There should be like virtual airlines that join the same alliance. That would be cool, right? Then their livery would have like their derivatives of One World and Star Alliance. Probably is something like that already, but yeah. Okay, let's see if we can follow this. Okay, we still need to turn a bit. How far forward do we need to go? Maybe a tiny bit. Okay, quite a bit forward actually. It just feels like we are very close to hitting the wall. Maybe it just wants us to Is the viewpoint a bit off, or is it just me that's... Oh, config flaps. Okay, just a bit more. Just a tiny bit more. Come on, come on, come. Yeah, stop. There we go. We can recall. Perfect. Shutting right and left engine. Oh, but look at that. We're way too much forward. The engine basically almost hit the jetway. I'm just gonna open the door. The inside, I'll do the seatbelt signs off. That should be sufficient to get the deboarding, but let's see. Might take a bit of time. Let's see, the engines are shutting off, but just taking their sweet time. So that's the only reason I want to see the landing rate, right? We got it here from, which we had a really good landing rate from Walker 165, so that's pretty nice, an accepted PyRep. So we can close that, we don't need that anymore. But I do want my Pack X, I don't know why, but I do want it. Guess we can keep those on. Deboarding 167, so very close both of them. That's a good landing. Let's do 460. That was not enough. 560. Oh, actually before we do that we need to close that door, because otherwise that one will be open during the replay. We should actually put full flaps down. That should help. That should help with the replay, but let's see. What was it? 660? Almost. 720 maybe. So here we go. And now you can see we're way too high on approach. But look at this beautiful scenery surrounding us. It's just great what Flight Amp has done with Copenhagen. It's one of my favorite airports to fly into, by far. Love the DHL there, that static aircraft, the bridge, I think it's the Öresundsbron, right? The Öresund bridge, very nice. And then of course with the nice 777 donning the Walker Air Transport livery. So let's see. Quite a bit high on the approach, but it gets better at the end. Kind of like above those buildings, we're kind of getting at where we should be. So let's see now. I think we land quite nicely on the touchdown point. Yeah, look at that. So a very nice landing overall. Let's go back. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. We'll wrap it up at this point. Kind of a normal video, 2 hours. But hopefully you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. And let's see what we'll fly next. I'm hoping to do some Aussie flights down in Australia, because I got some nice scenery there finally. But let's see. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Have a good rest of the day. Bye bye.